3 of the Paranormal Romance Readathon. I uploaded my day 1 and 2 vlog yesterday, and I think that it went pretty well. I mean, most of the vlog was just me talking about the books that I have read versus like actual footage of like what I'm doing. I like it when vlogs have a good mix of like talking versus like showing footage. I'm okay with seeing footage, but if it's too much footage, sometimes it can be too much because I like to listen to my vlogs in the background anyways. So hopefully you guys like the sound of my voice and me talking. So right now it's 11 a.m. in the morning. I put on makeup so that I could film some videos today. I do most of my filming on weekends so that I can pre-film and then edit them and then schedule them so that I can at least have something going on the week. If it's really busy, then you'll basically see most of my videos on Fridays and on the weekends because I just don't have time in the evenings and also energy. So I just filmed a very short wrap-up video of some titles that I was really highly anticipating. So you guys could see it soon if I upload this video earlier than this vlog. So I talked about 4 different books. So the first book was like You Lucky Dog, and then I talked about A Rogues of One's Own, and then spoiler alert, and then Simmer Down. I did it in the same fashion of like, should you read these? Because I uploaded a video like that last week. It did pretty well. People were really interested in talking about it. And then I was going to film a video where I was going to be talking about the 7 Harlequins that I have read. I've actually only read 6. I never read one of them yet because I'm kind of waiting for the right mood to read them. So if you guys are new to my channel, I really like Harlequins, but I buy them, but I don't read them, but I still like them. So I decided to challenge myself for the month of October to actually read 5 Harlequins. And then when I was like thinking to myself, which 5 Harlequins am I going to read? I was like, I might as well read the series that I've been collecting, which is called the 7 Sins series. And it's a mini series on Harlequin. It just finished in November. So all the books are now all out and all available. It follows kind of like this dramatic plot line where this billionaire mogul / investment dealer steals all the money, and then it's leaving these 7 couples kind of in ruins because they grew up in a house where they had a lot of money, but then this businessman stole all the money, so then they had to adjust their lives, and they are all bitter about it and they want to destroy the company. They have their own motives and intentions. Very dramatic, very sensual, and very lovely to read. It kind of reminded me of why I loved Harlequins, and specifically Harlequin Desires. So I read 6 of these books. I didn't read the last one yet. Still waiting for the perfect moment to read it because I tend to save it for when I'm in the mood to read it. So I wanted to talk about it, but then I halfway through I kind of got confused between the plot lines, and then I messed up, and then I ended up deleting the footage because it was just easier for me to get it right the first time versus like, you know, me chopping up my bits and like rambling on forever and then trying to salvage some footage over it. And also because I never finished the series and I thought that I could just wing it, but I thought that that was bad and I didn't want to do that. The other video that I did film was because since I have my makeup on, I wanted to get stuff out of the way. So I actually filmed a quick book haul. So if you guys didn't know, I actually freelance for Harlequin where I manage their social media pages on Read Bliss. So if you guys haven't checked it out already, definitely go follow the social media accounts. I do a lot of the content creation there. I do graphics, I do photos, I do videos like monthly hauls, and also I do other short videos as well. I just hauled their October 2020 priority titles, or titles that, you know, everybody should talk about and everybody should read and enjoy. These are all books that are from the series lines. So there's from special edition, there's romantic suspense, there's heartwarming, there's love inspired, there's also Karina Press line. So definitely go check it out if you guys are interested in Harlequins. Quick tangent about Harlequins, I guess, is that lots of people kind of have this misconception about Harlequins being super cheesy and like super not what they like. And yes, you know what? It does get dramatic at times. It's a very short story. It's usually only 200 to 250 pages, sometimes less than 200 pages. So yes, a lot of action, a lot of scenes does happen in a short amount of time, but it doesn't mean that it's a bad book, because usually it has that challenging factor of trying to impact the reader as much as it would if it was like a 300 to 400 page book. And the scenes in it are dramatic because it's things that typically wouldn't happen to a normal person unless you're like super rich and you're just reading romance novels for fun. So I really like that aspect of Harlequins because it's just that stuff that I wouldn't be able to see myself in real life. It's usually very emotional and it just hits the right spots for me. So that's why I like Harlequin. So in terms of reading, I finally finished this book called How to Flirt with a Naked Werewolf by Molly Harper. And then it was really funny because I was kind of like confused about the genre of this book because I'm very new to this genre and I'm also very new to like fantasy genres in general. So I was kind of having this conversation with my co-host slash like one of my best friends on booktube slash in the book community, Lacey from Lacey Book Lovers, about like what genre do I actually really like, because I talked to her about how I really like how paranormal romances are paranormal, but then I want it to actually focus a lot on contemporary and to focus a lot on like human side of things. We were debating about like what I actually like, and I was like, do I like urban fantasy? Is this what I like? And then she had to like do like a whole sit down with me and go, no, you don't like urban fantasy. You just like paranormal romance with more contemporary sides to it. So with all that being said, I really enjoyed this book. This one I gave a 4 out of 5 stars. I only took a star off because I don't know, like somewhere along the way, things happened a little bit too quickly where they fell in love. And I thought that that was just a little bit weird. So, had to take a star off, but overall really enjoyed it, and it's my first 4 out of 5 star read for this readathon. So with all that also being said, please recommend me some paranormal romances that have focused a lot on contemporary side of things. So as you can see, this is like an illustrated cover, and I'm convinced that books in the early 2000s with illustrated covers for paranormal romances is my jam. So if you guys have any recommendations, let me know in the comments. I'm actually very open now to reading these outside of the readathon because I just love it so much. These ones are so cozy too as well. This is set in a small town and it's like winter and it's like snow and it's like characters that know each other and they're quirky and they're funny and I love it so much. So this is my jam. I'm actually reading the second book in the series now, and this one is called The Art of Seducing a Naked Werewolf. I have the audiobook, so I'm listening to that. I have an hour left of that audiobook. I enjoyed so far. I don't enjoy it as much as this one, mostly because the second book kind of follows like the sister of our hero, and then she's already like well established in the series, so it kind of like didn't have that same cozy slow build up into the series. She just kind of like jumped in there, and she's very vibrant and she's more intense in the storyline, so it's kind of hard to kind of get a grasp of this character and also her relationship. Art of Seducing a Naked Werewolf is basically she is the werewolf and she is trying to protect her identity because being a werewolf is insane and it could literally lead you to your death and also like your whole pack's death. So our main hero is actually a researcher. He is an author. He is going into the small town to research about like this weird myth, this legend of werewolves in the city, and he has his own speculations of who the werewolf is actually, and then afterwards she's trying to protect him from like trying to figure out the truth and also trying to like discourage him from researching. But they also have like this special chemistry and connection with each other that is super cute. So they're kind of like a forbidden romance because they shouldn't be dating, but ultimately obviously they give in. Right now it's sitting at 3 stars out of 5 stars for me. So I'm excited to see where it goes, but yeah, I have 1 hour left. So for the rest of our morning, we are going to edit a bunch of videos for Harlequin, and then we're gonna edit some videos for my YouTube channel, and then I'm thinking of maybe like listening to the audiobook as I edit for Harlequin, because for Harlequin videos I don't necessarily need like audio, so yay for me. But after that, I'm going to try to finish that audiobook, and then I'm going to try to start on some novellas that Lacey has actually recommended to me to read because she really liked this one. So I'm going to try to read her recommendation of The Big Bad Wolf's Ex, A Howl's Romance. This is a novella. It's only 90 pages, which I'm really excited about, and it's also part of a series that I might have to read afterwards because I love myself a good steamy novella. This one is like one of Lacey's favorites, or so she has told me, because she rereads it constantly because it has a lot of groveling scenes. It's about a wolf who kind of like abandoned his mate, who is a human, because she claimed that she was pregnant, and then he was like, I'm a wolf, you can't get pregnant from me. So he threw her out, and then he realizes that he made like the biggest mistake ever. So this is kind of like his story of how he's going to try to redeem himself and make her fall in love with him again. So I'm excited to read this book. It sounds like it's like my cup of tea, and it's only 90 pages, so it's not going to be a problem to finish it. I'm going to try to do as much reading as possible, but Sundays are usually my days where I have to do a lot of the chores around the house and to get myself prepared for the oncoming week at work. So I'm back with another reading update. I tied up my hair because I was thinking to myself that I was going to curl up in bed to edit my videos, but I realized that I still need to take some photos for Harlequin and for the Instagram page, so I decided to not get comfy yet and to listen to my audiobook while taking some photos. Right now, currently, I have 5 minutes left of my audiobook, and it's literally so action-packed. This book series actually has a lot of action in it. I just never really mentioned it because I forgot to mention it. But for this storyline, there is kind of like an evil ex, or an evil person that wants to get back at our main heroine, and he is constantly trying to hurt our hero, who is a human. And right now it's at this cliffhanger where we're trying to like figure out like if he's alive or dead or not. And it's just very entertaining and very thrilling so far. My comments for this book right now is that our heroine is very stubborn. She is very set in her ways. She's very reluctant to give in to her emotions and her feelings towards our hero, mostly because she is a werewolf. So it's kind of very interesting to see how our heroine is having some character development and learning from others to properly kind of like express herself, as well as just to learn that, you know, she has no choice in the emotions that she does have, and that she should just spend her time loving the man she does love. So I thought I would just show you kind of like what I do for Harlequin. Every Monday we kind of have like a set schedule where Mondays we do engagement posts. So we like to ask readers questions of like what they're interested in for romance novels. So one of the questions that I put was, when do you read the most? And hopefully our followers will kind of like reply back to us, and then we can start a conversation. We really like the lighting of this one. So I'm in bed. I changed into my comfy clothes because I just finished my lunch, and I'm going to start editing some videos for Harlequin and also some videos for my channel that you're watching right now. I just wanted to give a quick reading update. I forgot if I mentioned what rating I gave to the other two books, but the two Molly Harper books, both of them, I gave it 4 out of 5 stars. Really enjoyed it. Loved every bit of it. Loved the action parts of it. I think like the only hiccups that I had was really just like how fast they kind of admitted their love for each other. Although it did happen around like 70% mark, I felt like there could have been more angst towards it. Maybe that's what I really wanted in order to give it a 5 out of 5 star rating. On Goodreads, it has a really high rating. So that's, it speaks volumes. Like lots of people do like that book. The second book, or the next book that I'm reading right now, is When He's Dark by Suzanne Wright. And I forget if this was a book that one of my subscribers actually commented and asked me to read and like recommended it to me to read. I actually tried my best to pick out some books that people recommended me to read so that I can have something to say towards their favorite romances, and try to give a better attempt at paranormal romances by reading recommendations instead of picking out random titles. With that being said, I really like it so far. Like, it's pretty fun. This book is about a cat shifter who has a designated mate, but the designated mate seems like he's completely wrong for her. He's abusive, he's angry a lot, and he can cause like major mass destruction and like basically kill a lot of people. And so he's dead, and people are not believing it, and people are thinking that she's trying to protect him, and they're interrogating her and asking her like where he is. And then our main hero is trying to keep a distance from her because he thinks that she's not his and that they're not meant for each other. So I'm excited to see how this plays out, because I know in paranormal romances, like when you're a mate, you're like destined for them. So I want to see if they're gonna like explain why, like, you know, she has a mate, but then she's supposed to end up with our hero. So I want to see how that plays out. But as far as that goes, I'm just going to try to listen to as much of the audiobook as possible while I'm editing the Harlequin videos. But that's about it. And I think I'm going to wrap up my day 3 reading vlog here. Hopefully you guys enjoyed this quick vlog. Again, thank you for watching day 1 and day 2 vlog that I uploaded yesterday. It's raining really badly outside, so if you guys hear sounds, it's that. And thank you for watching this one. I'll see you guys again. Bye.